Climate change. The perfect storm. Dispersion of causes and dispersion of effects. Climate change refers to the long-term shifts in temperature and weather patterns that are occurring as a result of human activities, such as the burning of fossil fuels and deforestation. These activities have led to an increase in the concentration of greenhouse gases, such as carbon dioxide, in the Earth's atmosphere, which trap heat and cause the planet's average temperature to rise. The evidence for climate change is overwhelming and widely accepted by the scientific community. According to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, the global average surface temperature has increased by approximately 1.0 degrees Celsius, 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit, since the pre-industrial era, 1850 to 1900, with most of this warming occurring over the past 3 decades. This may not seem like a significant increase, but it has already had significant impacts on the planet and its inhabitants. One of the most noticeable impacts of climate change has been the melting of the polar ice caps. The Arctic sea ice, which has been declining for decades, reached its lowest recorded level in 2012 and has continued to decline since. This melting is causing sea levels to rise, which is already flooding low-lying areas and is expected to displace millions of people in the coming decades. In addition to rising sea levels, climate change is also causing more extreme weather events, such as heat waves, droughts, and storms. These events can have serious consequences for both human and natural systems. For example, heat waves can lead to heat stroke and other health problems, and droughts can lead to crop failures and water shortages. Storms, such as hurricanes and typhoons, can cause widespread damage and loss of life. Another impact of climate change is the alteration of ecosystems and the loss of biodiversity. As temperatures rise and weather patterns change, many species are struggling to adapt. Some species, such as polar bears, are already facing extinction as their habitats shrink. The loss of biodiversity can have serious consequences for the planet, as it can disrupt the balance of ecosystems and lead to the collapse of food chains. There is still time to mitigate the worst impacts of climate change, but it will require significant efforts from both governments and individuals. At the government level, this means reducing greenhouse gas emissions through policies such as the Paris Agreement, which aims to limit global warming to well below 2.0 degrees Celsius, 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit. At the individual level, there are many things that can be done to reduce one's own carbon footprint, such as using public transportation, reducing energy consumption, and supporting environmentally friendly products. It is important to remember that climate change is a global problem that requires a global solution. While individual actions can make a difference, it is only through collective action that we will be able to effectively address this crisis. In conclusion, climate change is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that is already having significant impacts on the planet. The evidence for its existence is clear and compelling, and it is up to all of us to take action to reduce its impacts and protect the planet for future generations. Thanks for watching. alpine.endpoint.ca